The book of Genesis, chapter 6, verses 1 through 2. When human beings began to increase in number on the earth and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of humans were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose. This passage sets the stage for the growing wickedness in the world. It shows how human desires began to stray from God's intentions. In our modern lives, we too can be tempted by worldly desires. We must remember to seek God's guidance in our choices and relationships. The book of Genesis, chapter 6, verses 3 through 4. Then the Lord said, "My spirit will not contend with humans forever, for they are mortal. Their days will be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children by them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown." Here God sets a limit on human life, emphasizing the need for spiritual alignment. In our lives, we must recognize the brevity of life and strive to live righteously, making the most of our time by serving God and others. The book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 5. The Lord saw how great the wickedness of the human race had become on the earth, and that every inclination of the thoughts of the human heart was only evil all the time. This verse highlights the depth of human wickedness. It serves as a reminder for us to examine our hearts and minds, ensuring that our thoughts and actions align with God's will. We must strive to cultivate purity and goodness in our daily lives. The book of Genesis, chapter 6, verses 6 through 7. The Lord regretted that he had made human beings on the earth, and his heart was deeply troubled. So the Lord said, "I will wipe from the face of the earth the human race I have created, and with them the animals, the birds, and the creatures that move along the ground, for I regret that I have made them." This passage shows God's sorrow over human sin. It reminds us of the consequences of straying from God's path. Yet, it also calls us to repentance and renewal, knowing that God's mercy is always available to those who seek it. The book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 8. But Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord. Despite the widespread wickedness, Noah's righteousness stood out. This verse gives us hope that even in a world full of sin, living a life of faith and obedience can set us apart and bring us closer to God. We are encouraged to be like Noah, finding favor in God's eyes through our faithfulness and righteousness.